Good morning. I'm Titus Macchius Plautus, here in Rome with a pre-Agrarian crisis debate special. In this special, we will interview such well-known politicians as Scipio Aemilianus, Marcus Octavius, and Tiberius Gracchus himself, the very man causing all of this political ruckus. But first, let's go to Octavius with his thoughts on the debate. Octavius? Scintillating. Now, this debate has been likened to a game of chess. Well, enough with terrible analogies. Now we go to Plautus in the field with Scipio Nausicaa, one of the most radical and outspoken people in the Republic. So violently anti-Gracchian, it makes me tremble.
We're here with Scipio Nausicaa on the Agrarian crisis. What do you think?
Tiberius? Oh, this is what he does to the Republic.
Oh.
I'm gonna kill you!
Wow, what an angry Pontifex Maximus. Now, we go to Plautus, in the field, yet again, in his search for Livy. Plautus?
Alright, we've been searching for Livy all day. We can't really find him. So, Livy, are you excited about this this agrarian crisis debate going on?
Well, it'll fill in my chapter on the family of Scipio Africanus, so yes, I would suppose so.
Fantastic. Back to you, Plautus.
In other news, the Metelli are still insanely wealthy. So rich. Now, we go to Plautus in the field with Scipio Aemilianus and his thoughts on the upcoming debate. Plautus?
I am Plautus in the field with Scipio Aemilianus. Scipio, what do you think about Tiberius Gracchus? Good guy?
Well, you know, Plautus, I think that Tiberius Gracchus is being unvirtuous and a bad Roman citizen. He is breaking laws and forcing Rome down a path that it should not be going down.
Now, what do you think about his opponents, the guys who hate Tiberius? Come on, what do you think about that?
Well, Plautus, I think that Gracchus' strongest allies are refusing to see the lack of virtue within themselves, actually.
His opponents, correct?
His opponents, yes, they're as unvirtuous as the Gracchians, perhaps even more so.
Of course.
Yeah.
Great.
That's all.
Perfect. Back to you, Plautus.
Now let's take a quick look. That was a technical difficulty. Now for an interview with our very own Roman ideal, Cincinnatus. Plautus, take it away.
I'm going to talk today to one of the best people I've ever known. Cincinnatus, what do you think about this agrarian crisis?
Send basically your worries. I can try to follow your cues.
Thank you. Truer words have never been spoken. That's our best citizen right there. Plautus, back to you.
Now for some more relevant and shocking news. Lucius Rufus, a seemingly unimportant member of this agrarian crisis debate, has managed to obtain the clientships of over 9 very important politicians, 3 of which are Cato the Elder, Publius Rupilius, and Marcus Octavius. How he managed to get those clients, I have no idea. And now for an address from Marcus Octavius.
To my fellow Roman citizens, land reform, the state of Agere Publicus, and the proposed Lex Semporium are things that we must face in our immediate future. The reason I am addressing you today is because it is our duty, as Roman citizens and as members of the Senate, to overcome the struggles that SPQR faces. The pressing issue at hand is one of serious concern and importance. We are faced with tribulations that threaten the sacrosanctity of Rome, and the tradition that was born with the Republic. Our city, one that serves as a beacon of light in which we must guide the world, is faced with a serious challenge. We are a growing country, and it is certain that we will always have challenges, but before we can face those, we must overcome the present turmoil that threatens our foundation. In light of recent events, I propose that these issues, which we must overcome to come to a consensus on, are these. SPQR is fragile and fragmented. We must resolve the questions that concern Rome as a whole, and we must not abandon Roman tradition and bow to passing fancy. The senatorial process demands permanence rather than rash decision-making, but we must not let the balance of the state be skewed. Rome is the synthesis of the two, without which our cause is lost. The ideas of my fellow tribune, Tiberius Gracchus, are strong, and we must respect his proposition with gravitas. I have had the honor of serving with Tribune of the Commons with him, and I assure you that he emulates pietas in all ways, both civil and personal. I ask of you, my fellow senators, Tiberius's ideas must be respected within the Senate, but also I ask the question, are his actions offensive or dangerous towards SPQR? Radical actions must be avoided. On Monday the 28th, I would like to hold a Concitio, a Roman debate in truth, where my patrons and I will host a debate concerning the actions of Tiberius and whether or not his actions should be opposed. As his fellow tribune, I would prefer to resolve the issue without conflict. However, I will act as I see fit upon hearing the voices expressed by the Roman people. Thank you, friends, and may the gods bless the Senate and people of Rome.
Thank you, Octavius. Looks like we'll be having a Concitio on Monday. Sounds fantastic. And now, we go to Plautus, in the field with Tiberius Gracchus, the man with a plan. Plautus?
I'm Plautus here with Tiberius Gracchus, the man with a plan. So tell us, Tiberius, what do you think about this agrarian crisis?
I think Rome has lost contact with the virtues it was founded upon. Remember, SPQR with an emphasis on the P.
Well, that just about does it. Plautus, back to you.
What a rambunctious fella. Well, ladies and gentlemen of the Republic, it's been great. But that's all the news we have for you today. So, let's get on with this debate, shall we?